Got it. All right, we are now live on Facebook.
Good morning, Grand Rising Facebook. Come on in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Grand Rising, everyone. Good morning, good morning. If you are coming on Facebook, please, please, please join us on Zoom, because today we are going to have an experience that will be enriched by being on Zoom. Everybody coming in on the Zoom. I see Kaisha. Who else? I see Wendy. Hi, Miss Wendy. Hi, everybody coming in. Let me check out this participants. Look at everybody coming in. I see
Jake. Coach Candice.
Mama T.
Good morning.
Good morning, sister.
Peace and blessings.
Good morning.
Peace and blessings. Good
Glad
morning. Sonya's in. Hi, Sonya's in. Hi, everybody. I see Adam.
Blessings, beloved.
Good morning, Adam. Blessings, blessings, blessings. It's so good to see y'all. Good morning, anybody who's on the Facebook. I encourage you to join us on Zoom for this experience. Also, there's going to be a nice giveaway that if you're on the Zoom, you will be eligible for. Not so much if you're on the Facebook. Denise, hi, Denise. Hi, Martine.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited to see y'all. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. I see all my peeps coming in. Hello, good morning, Grand Rising, good morning. Afrier, Queen Afrier. My sweet, sweet love. How are you, my darling Angele? Hello, hello, hello. Grand Rising, good morning. It is so good to see y'all coming in on the Zoom, everybody who's coming in on the Facebook. Make sure, everybody, that you have water to drink. You won't necessarily need a journal, because I will be asking questions that I'm going to have you answer in the chat. If you do stay on Facebook, you can comment with your answers if you feel comfortable. But like I said, I do encourage, hi, Epic Deborah. I do encourage you to come into the Zoom so that you can have the full experience of this hypnosis. And also so that you can be a possible winner at the end of it. So welcome, 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 everybody. Actually, everybody's going to be a winner. I'm committed to everybody being a winner today, but only one person is going to get a specific prize. So if you want to be eligible for that and you are on Facebook, come in on the Zoom, because the Zoom people have the advantage, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Grand Rising. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so good to see y'all.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning, we're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Grand Rising, everybody. It is so amazing to see all of your beautiful, beautiful boxes. I can't see everybody's faces, but those of you who I can see your faces, it's great to see your beautiful faces. But just knowing that you're here and you're present. Also, anybody who's out there on the Facebook, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited for this morning, and I'm so excited to be able to bring you this experience. So my name is Candice Harper, and I am a relationship coach, a matchmaker, and a hypnotherapist. And my purpose is to help perfectionistic people heal the past, love themselves unconditionally, and start their love lives over from a clean slate, right? That's me in a nutshell. But what better avenue for healing the past than to look at our sense of self-worth and worthiness? And what better indicator of our self-worth and worthiness than our relationship with money? So today, I'm going to invite everybody to be committed to becoming wildly wealthy. And as you know, if you've seen any of the materials, you know this is a two-part series. Wildly Wealthy is today. Next week is Wildly Orgasmic. So that's going to be on a whole nother level. I'm going to have y'all vibing so high. People are going to be asking you what you're on, if they can have some of it. And it's going to be all natural. So today, before we do anything else, I want to start off by teaching you a vibe-raising mantra that I found on YouTube. And Kinyofu, if you can go ahead and put up that slide. And I want to invite everybody to take a screenshot of this slide, to think about committing this slide to memory. It's just sort of a fun sort of manifestation activity. It's a vibration raising activity. We're going to just do it really quick. I'm going to just teach it to you real quick. Like I said, it is available on YouTube, but take a screenshot so that you have it written out, right? Because I have it written out on a little Post-it above my computer. And it's just something as an everyday practice, just to get a quick little vibe raise. I'm going to read it first, and then I'm going to have everybody come off mute. We're going to read it together a couple of times just to get the vibrations going. So it's ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. And every time it chings, money comes to me. It all flows in so abundantly. From the top, left, right, and up under me. Wave, wave, wave from a money wave. Money flow, money made. Flowing in and out with plenty saved. Debt, 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 all debt is paid. So if you can see this slide right now, you have it right in front of you. I want you to come off mute and let's do this together for about 20 seconds. We're going to read it through, maybe 30 seconds. We're going to read it through together if y'all are ready.
Yeah.
You ready?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. All right, everybody. Ching, ching, ching.
Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree.
And every time it
Every money comes to me.
it all flows
in so abundantly.
Left, right,
from the
and
top,
up.
left, right, and up under me.
Way from a money wave.
Flow, money, flow, money made.
Money flow, money
Then
made.
out with plenty saved.
Put in and out. One more time.
Yeah.
And every time it changes, money comes to me.
Change over money tree.
Every
Every
time
time
it
it changes,
The top
comes to
left,
me.
right,
it all flows in
away from money wave.
Left, right,
up under me.
way from money wave.
Way from a money
Flow, money
wave.
made. And in and out, be saved. If debt is paid.
All that is paid. Ashe.
Hey. All right, don't forget to put yourself back on mute. Ashe, thank you, community. So, it's just vibration. Yes.
Candice, I'm sorry. I'm going to mute all and you unmute yourself, okay?
Okay. Ooh, that works. That's efficient, huh? So it's all about raising your vibration. I believe that what we put our word on is what we manifest. And when we're in a group, as a community, putting our word on something, that just makes it even more powerful, more energetic, right? So, we're going to be vibing high, ready to do this work on our subconscious. So I have a question for you before we begin. We're not going with the slide yet, Kinyofu, but I want you to type into the chat, how does your relationship with money parallel with your sense of self-worth? Right? So when I was not connected to my own personal value, I was deeply in debt, unable to manage money. I was not paying my bills because it felt like I never had it. I was not creating consistent income, and I was on my way to an eviction, which ended up happening. In short, I wasn't feeling worthy of even the basic provision of a roof over my head, food certainty, or even knowing that my phone or my lights were going to stay on. Like that's where my self-worth was, not realizing that I was worthy of just the certainty of knowing my phone would work and my lights would stay on. I would have a roof over my head. And that's where my self-worth was. And that's how it showed up in my money. So I want you to just take a moment. If you stayed on the Facebook and you feel free to comment. And if you're here in the Zoom, in the chat, comment about your self-worth and your money. How does your relationship with money parallel with your sense of self-worth for you? You can share it in the chat. And I forget who is running the chat. Should I go into the chat so we can see what people are sharing?
We got you, Coach Candice. I'm here.
I appreciate it, Coach Cheryl. So what are the high vibe, and also the high vibe and the low vibe? Like it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, if you're feeling good about money right now, that's fantastic. Right? High vibe and low vibe.
We need to give everyone a moment to think about that.
Yeah.
About that, I will share for myself that my relationship has been, or is really recently been, I feel really empowered and powerful when I have it.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel either way without it. But when I know I have, when it's down to zero, I feel a little stilted. Like I can't do a lot of things. I can't do anything. Yeah. But when I have it, it's like, okay, what can we do? Let's do some things. So that's definitely my relationship currently.
I got it. So let me ask you a question, Cheryl. What's going on with you when it goes down to zero, as far as it's going down to zero? Like when you notice it's down to zero, then that might cause a feeling. But what has it go down to zero? Like what do you feel like is the thought, the belief that you're telling yourself that it can get back down to zero?
Well, bills have to be paid. Mm-hmm. And once that happens, I'll have a certain amount for myself and to put into the business. And when that's gone, it's gone. So as it's happening, it's like, I'm still going to do what it is I feel like doing, but I know that it's soon not going to be, this train is going to end.
Yeah.
this train. I'm not ready to get off, but I know I'm going to have to get off soon. Yeah,
I love it. So there's the belief. This train is going to end. I'm going to have enough to do this, that, and this, and then the rest I can manage. I can get through. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Absolutely nothing wrong with that belief. Now, if I decide that I don't want this train to end, I want to live in a way that the train never has to end. It's abundance. Like I never have to get down to zero. I can always be in flow. I never have to have that feeling of lack. If that's what the subconscious belief is, then that's how I get to change my experience, because then the conscious can align with that. But if there's somewhere saying, oh, this is going to be it. Once I get this taken care of, pay this bill, do this thing, I'm going to go back down to zero, and then I'll have to manage through zero, which if you feel completely at peace and happy, there's nothing wrong with that. This is not to make people be a way that they don't want to be around money or have a relationship they don't want to have. This is just so that we can get into the understanding of the power that we have over how our subconscious dictates our experience, right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
The comments are coming in now, so I'm going to share some with you.
Yeah.
So Wendy says, my self-worth definitely corresponded with my money. I was always scared of not having enough, living paycheck to paycheck. And then Imani Abdullah says, working on getting comfortable with money, especially larger amounts. Yeah. Jacqueline Davis says, I never really connected the two, but I've always been able to handle money well. I live below my means and I experience some anxiety around what I think is overspending. I think that I underestimate myself the same way I underestimate my finances. I am very security minded. I want my money to grow and I take small risks because I'm always conscious of security. And when you finish commenting on that, Shane Guy had a nice comment as well. If you would like to unmute Shane and share what your comment is, that we would love to hear your voice.
Absolutely.
Peace. Yeah, I just needed to learn. It's taken me a lot of years to unlearn that survival mode because it is so it is so ingrained from family, from culture, that you just have to, be hand to mouth and check to check. And, you got to get what you can. You have to kind of like take what you can get. So I was just doing that a lot with my jobs, really not even realizing I could do more. Like I have so many creative skills, but I'm just trying to shrink myself down to fit a job where I'm constantly being devalued, underpaid, mistreated. And I'm looking around at other people who are wealthy. I'm like, I don't understand, because I'm smart, I'm talented. Why is it that I'm just not moving up professionally, financially, and I see other people are? So it's just been a lot of growth process. It really helped me to understand more about the second chakra, because I realized, oh yeah, there's just a lot of blockages that kept me from seeing all that I can really be, and I have to bring that into the world. And not to make it too long, but like a lot of people during COVID, we've realized now we had the time. Oh no, that job situation is not working. We got to do things new. So I'll just close by saying I needed to learn that there is no amount of money I could put on like having peace of mind and happiness. So I'm no longer thinking about, I need a job, I need a job. It's no, I got to figure out more holistically. I need wealth, and I need a lifestyle that's healthy and works for me and allows me to really just be all that I am. So no more survival mode, only abundance.
Yes, Ashe. Thank you, Shane, for pointing to survival mode, because survival mode in all its incarnations has everything to do with what we were conditioned to think about money. And you're right, it does become ingrained and embedded in the subconscious. And so even when we start to learn better and we start to know, how to organize money and things like that, I know for me, I was raised very much to someday be somebody's wife. You're not good at math. Don't think about it. You don't have to worry about it. Let the man that you're with figure all that stuff out. You don't have to organize money. Meanwhile, I chose not to get married. And here I am having a story that, I can't do money. Money is not my thing. That was ingrained in there. Right? And so, thank you for sharing that, Shane. Ashe.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's what we're going to be concentrating on. I want to be able to go through more of your shares, but we have so much to get through today. So, we're going to thank you for putting them in the chat. I'm definitely going to look at them to be able to incorporate how they're going to affect our hypnosis. But here's the thing. I'm certified in a hypnosis called rapid transformational therapy, right? And it's created by a woman named Marissa Peer. And today, what I'm going to take you through is a hypnosis experience like none other that I've seen out there. So I did a lot of research around it. I started doing it a couple years ago as a client, and was able to lose weight and keep it off, was able to get my money situation together, was able to get my head together around a lot of things. That incorporation, obviously, with support communities like, Be the Tree. And then when this community came along, it's like, it's all enhancement, it's all contribution, it's all good for us. And what we're going to be doing today is, like I was talking about, is tapping into those subconscious thoughts, tapping into that stuff that's embedded and ingrained. Because the thing that I learned through this method is that even if it's been embedded for decades, no matter how long you've been on this earth, that once we tap into the subconscious, get you in an altered brainwave state, we can transform it. We can transform what the subconscious is telling you. And the amazing thing about our brains, and I love that Shane mentioned survival mode, because that's what our brain is wired to do, have us survive. So, we come into the world with a spirit of abundance. We come into the world as babies, and what's the first thing we do? We cry for everything we want. We're not worried about being polite. We're not, shy because our thighs are fat or anything like that. We are here. We need what we need. We want what we want. And it's not until the world gets a hold of us, whether it's, the type of parents that we have, or whoever is taking care of us and raising us, or what we experience in the world, that we start to take on these subconscious beliefs that the brain says, oh, well, you're fearful? Okay, let me put a whole bunch of weight on you. Oh, somebody told you you're not worth anything? Okay, well, let me make sure you never speak up for yourself. Let me make sure that you never do the things that are going to actually have you thrive and be peaceful and happy, because, you know, I just want to, you know, keep you from that feeling. I want to keep you protected. That's what the brain knows to do until we get conscious of it. That's what the subconscious does until we get conscious of what's going on in the subconscious, and then help to transform those subconscious beliefs. That's what hypnosis does. So raise your hand digitally or on camera if you're on camera. If you want your self-worth to have you vibing with abundant wealth, raise your hand. If you want the way you feel about yourself to have you vibing with being wildly wealthy, wildly abundant, no limitations. I see some hands raised. I see some hands going up. Let me try to click through. Yes, yes, yes. I see all those hands raised. On the Facebook, you can type an emoji. You could type the word yes. So I want to see those hands up if you want your self-worth to be vibing with abundant wealth. If you feel like you're going to be served by vibing on a level of abundant wealth, raise your hand if you are willing to take this journey. Let me see these hands.
And let me also jump in and say that if you are off camera and you want to show your digital hand, you're on the far right of your screen on the bottom of Zoom is reactions. Click reactions and a menu will pop up and you will see raise hand.
Yeah, thank you for that, Kenyofu. Definitely. I see hands up. I see hands up. All right, if you're ready to take this journey wholeheartedly, we're going to jump in. I do want to talk about hypnosis and what it is a little bit more, give you a little bit more information. And Anjali, thank you for the yes in the chat. Y'all can be typing yes in the chat. I can't see the chat as easily because I got a couple things going on my screen. But we're going to start with questions that we want to answer for ourselves. We answer these questions for ourselves before we go into the hypnotic state, just so we can get our conscience clear about what we're committed to, what it is that we're creating, and, you know, what might be holding us back, what we're experiencing right now. So we're going to start with the first slide, Kenyofu, the first question. And you can type it in the chat, the answer to the first question. The first question is, what do you identify as your main money problem right now? So feel free to type it in the chat. Feel free to reflect on it by yourself. There should be, yes, on the slide, there's a list of possibilities. So some might say just too much debt, not enough money, too many. Hold on, let me enlarge the screen. As y'all know, when I don't have large, even with my glasses on, if I don't have a large enough font, get the screen big. Not earning enough, no financial organizational skills. That was one of mine. Ashamed to ask for it, afraid of making bad decisions with it, no control over it. Listen to too much Biggie, you know, back in the day, no more money, more problems. If you were of that belief, more money, more problems, that belief will definitely manifest an experience, right? As attested by the notorious B.I.G. Addicted to spending, never had it, never will. Surviving money trauma or money abuse. I see Shawnee said tracking and investing it. What is that? Yes, what is that main money problem right now? What is that challenge? What are you dealing with? Right? So once you get clear on that, does anybody want to come on audio or camera and just share briefly? Because we got 6 questions to get through before we do the hypnosis. So just want to share what their main money problem is, their main money challenge. Who would like to come on audio and share that?
So I'm going to take a moment and pick someone, and let's ask Martine. Martine, if you would unmute and come on camera as well.
Good morning, family.
Morning, sister. Hi, my love.
Hi.
So go ahead. What would you like to share as your main money problem right now, the main challenge?
I think my main challenge is that I don't understand how money works.
Ashe. Ashe, I totally get that one. Thank you for that, sister, because that was one of mine too. I don't understand how money works. And so
So,
when, oh, go ahead, love.
because, I've always been, my parents are amazing. I always, I'm working on a documentary, My Amazing Haitian Parents. They're Haitian immigrants, and they have done better than people who grew up in America and have had more opportunities. And it's like a double-edged sword for me, because that is largely due to their scarcity mindset. So they're always about saving, 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 and they could be millionaires right now if they applied, and learned about different principles. So it's like, I feel so trapped by that.
Gotcha.
So I'm afraid to expand.
Yeah, Ashe. Thank you for that, Sister Martine. So you use the word trapped. And so when we use words like that have that kind of forceful, strong energy around, trapped, stuck, stopped, all of those are a product of, because we have a subconscious belief, and that subconscious belief is so strong. So you mentioned your parents, and yeah, what they knew about money, how they managed money, had them survive and do better than others. But without that cap on what was possible, like you said, they could have been millionaires, right? So that cap, that subconscious cap, is what causes that feeling of stuck or stopped or trapped, or this is it. This is where, this is our limit, right? The idea here is we're going to tap into subconsciousness that is unlimited, right? So thank you for that share, sister.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go to the next slide. And so now I want you to just think about what symptoms you are currently experiencing based on your main money problem. So what are some things, what impact is it having on your life? Is it stress? Is it having anxiety, raw nerves all the time? I know for me, the anxiety was real, especially in the depth of my money issues, just every day, and not even realizing it's just a low level default setting of anxious, nervous, just feeling like the floor was going to come out from under me. Some people procrastinate, if we have food uncertainty, it's like, well, I got to keep putting it off because I haven't eaten well, I don't feel good. For a lot of us, it's broken relationships. How many people break up because they fight about money all the time? They can't get right with the money, and they think that it's the money that's the problem, when really it's their subconscious beliefs. Having dreams denied, like, oh, I could have done this thing. I could have had this happen if only I had the money. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, shooting all over ourselves. Feelings of numbness, beating ourselves up, self-flagellation. All of these are examples of symptoms that we can suffer. And if you have your own, feel free to type those in the chat. What are some? I see Zakia said all of the above and more. Yes, honey, it can bring all the symptoms on, and then the body starts to respond, right? And that's how we get disease. That's how we get different problems, pain in the body. That anxiety can cause so much pain in our bodies, right? Our fears of the future, fears of the truth, don't want to tell the truth about things. I remember my mom used to, she had a shopping addiction, and she'd want to shop, and then have everything hidden in the trunk of the car so my dad wouldn't see it. We'd have to wait till my dad went to work so we could help her get all the stuff out of the trunk of the car. And, I look back on that now, and for her, that, it was part of her addiction, but that must have caused a lot of anxiety. Like, I got to keep this secret. I got to keep it hidden, because then now you got to worry about the credit card bill coming, stuff like that. So what are some of the symptoms? We want to get real present to what the symptoms are, symptoms that you're experiencing. And if somebody would like to come on and briefly share, I hate to rush everybody. We just have so much, and I want us to be able to get the full hypnosis. But if somebody wants to come on and briefly share, Coach Cheryl, if you want to pick somebody.
Shawnee, would you share what you wrote in chat?
Sure. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Coach Candice. I knew you were going to pick me, Cheryl, but I wrote the high and the low vibration in the chat, and the the thing that I wrote about where I'm at now is different than where I was 10 years ago or 5 years ago, is tracking issues and investing. At this juncture in my life, I'm 52, I'll be 53 in October. And, my thoughts about money have transformed because of aging and the age of my children, and I have grandchildren. So there's a level of anxiousness about being responsible so that when I reach a certain age, they don't have to worry about me. And I don't have to worry about people having to take care of me financially or even physically. I want to partner with them, but I don't want them to feel accountable and responsible for my day to day. And thinking about my opportunity to help build a legacy and break cycles in my family regarding money, because there's a lot of issues around money, and always have been since I was a child. So I want to be the cycle breaker or one of them, and make a difference. And when I transition, leave behind land and an inheritance, not money, but an inheritance that can be utilized to keep things going and flowing for future generations.
Gotcha. So when you are before the transformation and before the high vibing, what were some things, Coach Shawnee, that you feel like you experienced as symptoms of money being problematic?
Oh my goodness. Growing up in a family where I had, my grandparents raised me, so I had two parental figures that had opposite ways of being around money. So it was very confusing. And what I adopted, I'll say really quickly, because you said quick shares. My grandfather was, I used to say cheap, I've released that language, but miserly and had scarcity thinking, very good with money, but feeling like he had to hold it and hoard it by any means necessary, down to the penny. And my grandmother was like, I'm going to spend your money, my money, neighbor's money, whoever could give me money, I will gamble it away. My grandfather gambled too, but he was very controlled in his gambling. He played the horses, but my grandmother was buck wild with money. And then when it was coming in, if she hit, it's like, let's celebrate. And then she would spend it down and reinvest it in her gambling and stuff. It was really a roller coaster ride, and it created an attachment to money that was very low vibrational. I would be resistant to paying bills because I'm like, if I pay these bills, I'm not going to have anything. So moving money around to avoid. And I had a family at a very young age. So not having a relationship with money caused a lot of turbulence and anxiety and worry in me.
Yeah. Ashe, thank you for sharing. It's like that embedded uncertainty, right? Like when you witness that uncertainty, it's like it gets in there. It's like that. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I was quickly say, you spoke of avoidance earlier, and I've talked about this in the space before and in other spaces. Avoidance, so much so, is like, I know what this bill is, I know what it says, but it would come in the mail in the past, and I was like, I can't open this. I don't want to look. I don't want to see the number. I know it's in the atmosphere. I know what the responsibility is, but if I look at it, it was almost like I would disintegrate if I looked. Like it would create great hardship and great sorrow. So I'm like, I'll avoid it, but it didn't, because it mounted, and then there would be bill collectors calling, or, in earlier days, like utilities being cut off and stuff like that. Like, it was really not the best way to live. Constant stress and strain.
Yes, 100%. And then just that stack gets bigger, and those numbers get bigger as that stack gets bigger, and it just builds on that fear, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And I keep saying I will say the last thing, but just stuff is coming to me. And now that there is constant flow, I realize, because of the deficit from before, I don't know how to be with everything flowing consistently. I don't know how to be with the abundance fully. And I invest. I do a lot of good things with money. I love to give to people. I love, that. But it's just like, you have to transform and deal with this new relationship with having what it is that you say you want, which is resources. So I'm working on that now, investing, working on my emotional state in reference to money and stuff like that.
That's beautiful. I love that you said, I don't know how to be with, because that's where the subconscious enters in as well. So it's about making the unfamiliar familiar, right? We talk about what is familiar, what is comfortable is what we're used to. And I love that the word is familiar, familial. Like we're comfortable, we're used to that. And even if it's stress and strife, even if it's uncertainty or it's lack, that's what we're comfortable with. So now, like you said, you're having a regular flow coming in, and it's just about making what is unfamiliar familiar to be able to be with that. It's just about that adjustment in the subconscious that says, I'm used to this. This is me. Like I can be with this. And that's what we're going to do today. So you're in the right place, Coach Shawnee.
Awesome. Thank you, my lovely.
I'm glad you knew to come here. How'd you know?
Because I know you.
Thank you so much, Coach Shawnee. All right, so now the next one we want to share is 2 to 3 sentences about what you learned as a child about money. So Coach Shawnee mentioned it a little bit with her grandparents. 2 to 3 sentences. What did I learn as a child about money? I know for me, like I said, it was, you're going to be somebody's wife. You don't have to worry about money. Women, it was me and my 2 sisters. There were no boys in our house. So you just learn how to be wives. Learn how to be, what girls do. Girls don't worry about that stuff. And even my dad, if he took care of anything around money for us, he handled it. So we were taught that's what you do. Let somebody else handle it. It's not for you. And I was also taught you're not good at math. You're the creative one. So not good at math, that's numbers, right? I see Coach Cheryl said money doesn't grow on trees. That's one that I don't know who invented that sentence because it does, it's paper. Right? It's made from trees. I don't know who came up with that sentence, but apparently, it's like the pet rock in the 70s. Like everybody just took on that thinking. Everybody took on that belief, right? So note that down for yourself or into the chat, 2 to 3 sentences about what you learned as a child about money. And we're not going to do a share on that one just for the sake of time. And then the next question, I do want to give you time to sort of generate it. But the next question to be thinking about is on this slide, which of these 3 main beliefs, and these are sort of 3 main beliefs of disempowerment that we as humans tend to espouse to, because this is how the brain protects us. So if we believe this certain thing, then the brain will then do what it needs to do in order to alleviate whatever our fear is about it, right? It doesn't always work, but the brain thinks it's doing what it needs to do. So the 3 main disempowering beliefs: I am not enough, I am different, or it's not available to me. And for some of us, it's all 3 of them. I've had times where all 3 of those applied to what was running in my head, the story I was telling myself in my head. I was not enough, I was different than others for whatever reason, or it wasn't available to me, right, around money. And so for some, it's going to just be 1, some it'll be 2 of them, some it'll be all 3 of them. So just identify for yourself and feel free to also type in the chat. I know I'm giving y'all a lot of work to do. Which one? Oh, go ahead.
Coach Candice, can you expound just a bit on the I am different? Because for me, I am different resonates in a high vibration, and I never thought of it in line with low vibrational thought for money, but just different period is a thing that resonates with me always. So I just would like to hear maybe an example or expound on that a little.
Thank you so much for that, Coach Cheryl, because I think that's great, because I had a similar experience with it when I was first reading about this and learning about this. So I had a thing that I am different, I'm unique, I'm special, I'm creative, right? And there's nothing, that's very high vibrational. There's nothing wrong with that. But then I also had an I am different in that, for me, I'm not as talented as, maybe somebody who's doing what I want is doing. Or I come from, parents that were so critical and that other person doesn't. That sort of compare and despair thing that we do. I'm different, like kids that get bullied on the playground might say, all those kids are together in what they're doing. And that's one thing as human beings, we don't like to be ostracized from the community. People, die of heartbreak being ostracized from their communities, right? So kids on the playground, if you have a bunch of kids who are making fun of you or, bullying you, pushing you away, you might develop an I am different that is a low vibrational I am different, right? And even in the high vibrational I am different, sometimes that can give us a sense of limitation based on I'm too good for this, or, I'm entitled to whatever it is, right? Does that make sense, Coach Cheryl?
Yeah, you hit something on that I'm entitled to right there.
Okay. My sister, myself.
Yes.
Myself.
For me, that one resonated. So I get that I'm different because I feel I'm entitled to this. I deserve this. And when it comes to spending, for sure, I deserve this. I'm entitled to this. I can do this. So yeah.
Yeah, that spending thing. Yeah. So let me go ahead and spend all this money on it, even though I'm gonna have to struggle later because I deserve this, right? I worked hard for it. I need this, right? All right. So pick your sentences, your disempowering sentences, and then the next slide. So if you could wave a magic wand and have it be whatever you want it to be, what would be so with your finances? You're just waving a magic wand, no limitations, no information from the past. You just have this wand, you can wave it. It's going to be exactly what you want it to be. What would be so? I want you to take a minute to sort of ruminate on that and write it in the chat. Think about all the things that you might do. I know that Sister Wendy is here, and I know that she's building a retreat. I don't mean to call you out, Sister Wendy, but I know that something like that would be something that you would make possible. If you could wave a magic wand, it probably would already exist. We would already all be there. We would be facilitating this from Sister Wendy's retreat. So if anybody else has, like, what would be the dream? What would you cause, not just in your own life, in the lives of others? What would be so if you could just wave a magic wand and have it be exactly what you want it to be? And if anybody's already clear on that, if they're like, I already know, Sister Wendy, you're welcome to share. Anybody else who's like, I know exactly what I would do. You want to come on and share?
Yes. I eat it, I dream it, I sleep it, I wake it. I am always thinking about and visualizing it. I'm a daydreamer. So I'm always seeing it in my head. But then there's the other side of me that keeps reminding me, girl, you ain't got money to do that. You better let that go. That ship has sailed. And then I hear the positive vibe side saying, it's never too late. You might win a lotto. Somebody could invest. You might, come into money, some inheritance, something.
Yeah.
Because I also believe that, toiling and working hard all the time for money is not for me. So I don't know, not that I'm lazy or I don't feel like working, but I think we have been fed that you got to have, especially when coming from the Caribbean, you got to have 10 jobs, to make it happen.
Yeah.
And getting to this age and realizing I've worked hard and I still ain't got it, I know that's not the answer.
Yeah.
And I know that there are other ways. I'm now learning about money and that money is energy. And, I'm trying to still grasp that concept to attract it to me in whichever ways the universe decides it can come.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always have to be a job. So that's where I am right now with that. But yes, if I had the money, you all certainly would be at Wendy's Holistic Retreat in Tobago at this point.
Yeah.
Yes, that's.
Okay. Well, we're gonna be at Wendy's Holistic Retreat. That's gonna happen because right now we're gonna switch that subconscious belief. Like you said, being raised to think you got to have 10 jobs, you got to work, you got to toil. Your consciousness knows that doesn't have to be the way, but something in that subconscious, it's embedded in there, right? That's what I learned. That's what I was taught. So thank you everybody who's sharing also in the chat. And this is just an exercise for yourself as well, just to get real clear. If I could wave that magic wand, and then also add in what would be possible in your life if you knew for sure without a question that money is an unlimited resource. Without question, I know that this is the case. What do you think would be possible in your life? What would open up, right? I know for me, so many more things would open up. And it's a subconscious belief that I myself am on my own journey about, right? So I wouldn't be worried about whether or not to buy a car. I wouldn't be worried about you know, whether I want to get another dog or be a foster mom or thinking about ruminating about it, trying to figure out if it's the best decision, I just would go. I would leap, right? What would be possible in your life if you know for sure that money was just an unlimited resource? And so that's what we're working towards, is getting to that place where it's possible. I know it to be possible. I know that it is unlimited. I see someone, I think it was Jacqueline shared, I would have resources and time. I didn't get to see your whole share, but go ahead and type that in the chat. What would be possible if you knew that money is an unlimited resource? How would that impact your life? How would you be feeling about things? Where would you go with it? Right? And if anybody's ready and they want to come on and share, a brief share, because we want to get into this hypnosis. But who wants to share what would be possible in your life if you knew that money wasn't unlimited?
Chloe shared in the chat. Chloe, you come into the
Coach Chloe.
audio.
She wants to come onto the audio?
I guess so. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hi, my love. Hi, lovely. How are you?
Good.
You know I have to love you to get on. I've not seen 7 a.m. on a Sunday in so long. Only for you.
I appreciate it.
This hypnosis better be good. Change my money life.
I hear that. I promise. So go ahead, Coach Chloe. What would be possible if you just knew for sure it's unlimited?
Yeah, I mean, so, right, like I would be debt free. I feel like all of us feel that way, right? Like if it was unlimited, I would get the monkey off my back.
Yes.
Because, you know, these student loans, they want their money. So I would do that. I would have an amazing amount of money stacked in my savings. My children, their tuition money would be accounted for. Like I wouldn't have to fret and worry about, you know, paying my own loans back so that I can get ready to pay loans for them. And I'd invest in the things that make me happy.
Yeah.
Right. Because life is short and I feel like we've known that for forever, but we learned it all too real last year, right? Like life is way too short. So if I had an unlimited amount of funds, I would travel. You know, if you could travel, I would travel. I would get my kids to travel because you never know what their financial situations are going to be when they get older. And I want to be able to show them the world so that they don't see the world as limited for themselves. I would buy art. I would make art. I would, I don't know, go on a cross-country train ride if I felt like it, like whatever was going to make me happy, just because we only get to experience this earth once. And so I would want to do anything and everything to enjoy and take in as much of it as possible.
Ashe. I love that, Coach Chloe. And what I'm hearing is that there is skin in the game in believing that money is an unlimited resource, because that all sounds like very emotionally connected type outcomes, right? Your children, their future, like that stuff, that's heart-centered. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like my view of the world was limited by whatever my family was able to expose me to. And so it's incumbent upon me to expose my children to everything and all of the things and take them to a billion countries and to try to eat, 70,000 different types of cuisine and to see every single body of water and to learn about all the, I feel like that kind of exposure is what stops people from being ignorant and, very centered on where they're from and who they know, and allows for you to be able to have a world view that gives you the things that connects people, that make you empathetic, that make you grateful for what you have when you recognize that what you have is privilege and blessing and nothing that you did on your own, so you are not entitled to it. it makes you caring and altruistic. And I just, you know, raising brown and Black boys, I want to make sure that they see the world for what it is, so that they can care about making it better here, but then also thinking about what they do as a world impact, as opposed to this is just going to impact them.
Yeah. And that's colossal, right? That's huge. Like that's huge.
No pressure.
No pressure at all, but huge in the sense that it has an emotional connection. So we want everybody to be present to that. Your consciousness knows that there is important skin in this game. And it's just about removing what the subconscious thinks it's protecting you from, right? We know consciously that there are some serious, colossal reasons for why believing that our resources are unlimited is workable, for why, you know, being able to manifest from a place of, I don't have to be challenged by, I don't have to be stopped by, I don't have to have obstacles. Why being able to get to that place is, you know, it's sort of the ultimate pinnacle. That's what we want. We want to see our children thrive. We want to see the world get better. At the heart of all of it, it's about loving our communities and being able to have things be amazing. And so it takes that willingness to say, how do I move the subconscious that says, I am limited, I can't do these things, it's not going to work, when consciously I know that if it worked, it would be really great. And there are so many things that would be really great. Does that make sense? Anybody? Y'all can type in the chat if you're feeling it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Coach Chloe, for coming on and sharing. I appreciate you. I love you.
I love you.
All right, my sweet love. Okay, so with those questions, please feel free to continue to have them in your thoughts, be present to them, do an exploration on your own as far as those things, just an understanding of, you know, what it is I'm believing now, what it is I was taught to believe, what it is I really want, and what the juxtaposition of all those things are. It just entered my mind that earlier, somebody, I think it was Kaisha, asked, what is self-flagellation? Self-flagellation is beating yourself up, like, you know, with a whip. Like I'm gonna make myself wrong. That was one of the symptoms of when I have a main money problem. So if you're beating yourself up, you're self-flagellating. All right, so now we're gonna go into this hypnosis section. Now the perfect thing is that it is now 7:55. So for those of you who have to go to church, you have work, you have places you need to be, you know, I want to go ahead and say thank you so much for the time that you were here. Please, by all means, come back and listen to the replay, come back and have the hypnosis experience on your own, because I am going to take everybody through the full experience and it will be recorded here. So come back and do this hypnosis when you have a chance. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. I think Kinyofa will be putting some, or Coach Cheryl will putting something in the chat as far as what people need to take away. Contact information, perfect. So yeah, thank you, Ashe. Perfect timing, because now we're going to move into, I'm going to give you a little information about what hypnosis is, and then we're going to go into it. I also want to give everybody a heads up that we might go a little bit past 8:30 with the with the hypnosis. And if you feel like you cannot go past it, then my invitation is to gently bring yourself out of it. You will be aware and awake. This is not about some, you know, people think it's like a Vegas show where I'm going to have you in some sort of like crazy trance place, like you're barking like a dog and I'm making you cluck like a chicken, all of that sort of thing. It's not that. It's a relaxation of your nervous system. And although I prefer to be able to pull you out of the hypnosis, if for some reason you feel like you have to come out of the hypnosis, then, you know, the invitation is to just be aware of when you have to come out, because we might go a little bit past 8:30. My intention is to try to hit 8:30, but I do want to make sure you get the full experience. Why do you need to be suggestible, what we call suggestible in hypnosis? So the reason that I'm putting you into this relaxed state, this relaxation of your nervous system, theta state, is because we want to get to that subconscious mind that has all of that embedding, that believes that it has to protect you, believes all the old stuff that was, you know, repeated or modeled for you as you were growing up, all the conditioning that we've then taken into our adulthood. So in a relaxed state, I get to talk to your subconscious. You get to talk to your subconscious. We get to communicate it on a level that lets it know, I don't need that kind of protection anymore. And why I don't need that kind of protection anymore. The reason you want to be in a suggestible state is just so we can talk to that subconscious, right? We are rewiring subconscious beliefs. And so you may consciously, we're rewiring the subconscious with beliefs that you may consciously agree with. So consciously, someone mentioned that they know that money has to be organized. They know that I think Sister Wendy mentioned that there are other ways to make money besides working a job, right? We're aware of a lot of things consciously. So we're rewiring the subconscious to agree. So I see Kaisha says, can we lay down or should we sit? The invitation is to be as comfortable as you can, and so that you can allow all of your muscles to relax. So for some people, they have a nice chair where they can do that and, you know, give a lean back and let their shoulders go. And for some people, they want to lay down. And if you'd like to lay down, that is perfectly fine. So whatever is going to have you the most comfortable and the most relaxed. Let's see, what else should you know? So like I was mentioning earlier, the brain goes back to what is familiar, what is familial, whatever we're conditioned to believe. So this is just about making the unfamiliar familiar, right? Making abundance, ease, and flow when it comes to finances familiar. That's what we're doing with the subconscious, making the knowledge that we are worthy of all that we desire without hardship, without struggle. We are making that familiar to the subconscious, healing the old paradigms, transforming the subconscious beliefs. So the stages that we will go into: induction, which is me putting you into full relaxation. Don't look for a magical feeling. Don't look for like some special aura to come over you, although it might, depending on what your experience is. Don't look for anything. All you have to do is be full feminine energy. And even if you're identify as a man, still get your feminine energy out and just be willing to be. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to force. That's induction. Then we'll do investigation. And so I'll take you on a journey of doing some investigation with your subconscious, talking to your subconscious, finding out where a lot of the beliefs were formed from. Some of them you might already know, some you might be surprised by. Then we're going to interpret. How is it showing up in your finances today? I'll guide you through that. And then we're going to interrupt it in the subconscious pattern of thought. And then I'm going to install brand new suggestions to alter the states and reconnect the brain synapses. Hopefully I haven't made it sound too complicated, because it really is actually a very simple thing. Anybody have any questions, any concerns? Coach Cheryl, I know you can see the chat. Coach Chloe said, are we doing all this in 30 minutes? I'm gonna do my best, Coach Chloe. It might go a little longer than that. So for anybody who has to leave in 30 minutes, if you're on mute and you set yourself maybe a little gentle alarm so that you can pull yourself out of relaxation, that would be the suggestion if you really have to go at 8:30. Any other questions? Coach Cheryl, you have any questions in the chat?
There's questions.
Say again.
Besides Chloe, there were no more questions.
Okay, perfect. It sounds like everybody's ready.
I'm sorry, Coach Candice, can you just repeat that one more time? We have some new people in the Facebook space. Just how to prepare.
Repeat, what am I repeating?
Just how can they prepare themselves?
Okay, so yeah, just to prepare yourself, make sure, and I actually thank you for that, because I actually didn't mention it, you know, make sure you have tissues next to you, some water to drink in case you get thirsty. Be relaxed. Be somewhere where your furniture supports you, where you can sit back, you can let your shoulders drop down, you can let everything go, and it supports you, it's stable, right? So that might be laying down in your bed, or if you have a favorite chair in your living room where you can just let everything just relax down. That's going to be the best possible experience, right? Any other questions? We good?
I think we're good to go.
All right, perfect. All right, so hopefully nobody has to go to the bathroom. If you have to go to the bathroom, hurry up and run and do that right now. Make sure that your device is plugged into power so that you don't just lose connection while you're under, and switch any other devices onto do not disturb. If for whatever reason there's any issues with the internet connection, you know, if I drop off, I'm coming right back on. So just give me a moment. I won't, but if I do, and if you do, just, you know, bring yourself out, come right back on. If you hear ambient noises, I know we are all coming from different places. So you might hear some street noises, you might hear, you know, your neighbors talking or moving around, or, you know, somebody walking around upstairs, traffic outside. The invitation is all of that. Let that be deepeners to your relaxation. What might normally annoy you, or, you know, like I have a neighbor who likes to play loud music with a lot of bass. And normally I'm like, can you please just give me an hour without bass? But if I'm in hypnosis, I let that be a deepener. So I don't let it take me to that nervous place where I have to wake up and do something about it. Just allow it to be a deepener. If you hear footfalls up above you, anything like that, just let it deepen your relaxation. There's nothing to do about it. It's just about being. Make sure there's no one to interrupt you. Comfortable reclined position. Like I said, you'll still have control over yourself. You're not going to do anything that is untoward or that goes against your principles or anything like that. There's nothing to fear as far as that's concerned. You know, I'm not going to suggest you do anything that's going to hurt you, because I love you. And then we're going to practice. I'm going to show you really quickly how we go into induction is with what's called an eye roll. So what I'm going to have everybody do, if you can see me on screen, is I'm going to have you look up and find a point on the ceiling, almost as if you're looking in your eyebrows, and you're going to hold that. And I'm going to just lead you through holding it. And then you're going to end up closing your eyes down over your gaze while still looking up just for a moment. And then I'm going to have you relax everything down. So just to be prepared, that's how we're going to go under somatically. We're also going to do a suggestibility test where you will need to be able to put your arms out like this. And even if you're laying down, you'll be able to put your arms out like this. So just make sure you have enough space to do that, to be able to completely straighten your arms, elbows unbended. And so I may ask you to come off of mute for a part of the hypnosis. That may or may not happen. If I do, just gently come off of mute and then allow yourself to go back in, right back into relaxation. You might just open one eye and be able to hit that mute button. And if you can't, for whatever reason, if your device, you're just listening to your device, don't worry about it. Don't make it something that, oh, I have to make sure I do this. Because as long as you're still listening and only a couple people are able to come off mute, that's okay as well. And also, if you can be on camera, if possible, if not, that's okay too. It's just good for being able to gauge your suggestibility, but it's not a must. All right, so we're ready to jump in. Anybody have any last minute questions? Anything they're concerned about? Anything before we start the process? Everybody's good? All right. Oh, I heard somebody say something.
No, that was me saying no questions.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Coach Cheryl. All right, here we go. Take a deep breath and let it out. All right, so I want you to find a point up on the ceiling, looking up as high as you can, just with your gaze. You don't have to put your head up or anything like that. Just with your gaze, look up as high as you can, as if you were looking into your eyebrows. Just keep your eyeballs up, keeping them up, breathing in and breathing out. And as you breathe out, just hold that gaze, hold that focus. Don't let it go. Just hold it. You might feel a little eye strain, and that's perfect. That's just hypnosis coming on you. It's just your muscles wanting to relax, and that's perfectly fine. Breathe in again, still holding that point, holding that focus. Hold it, and then this time as you breathe out, go ahead and let your eyelids come down over your gaze while still keeping your gaze up. It might feel a little uncomfortable, but it's only for a brief moment. So go ahead and let those eyelids come right down until they are glued shut, glued tight, sealed together. And then as you take a deep breath in, one more deep breath in as you're holding your gaze. And this time, as you let it out, just let your gaze go wherever it wants to go. Just completely relax all the muscles around your eyes, all the muscles in your face. Just let everything completely relax down. That's absolutely perfect. You are going into full relaxation. If you feel yourself doing it, that's a good sign of your suggestibility. If you don't feel yourself doing it, that's okay as well. Give yourself love, give yourself grace. There's no perfection here. So now I want you to just lower your chin down about an inch or two. Just lower your chin down as if you are looking down over a balcony, looking down a flight of stairs. Give the back of your neck that looking down feeling. And I want you to imagine in your head a flight of steps, a flight of 10 steps that you are looking down, that you are about to descend. And I am simply going to count you down those 10 steps. And you are going to go straight into hypnosis. You're going to continue to go deeper and deeper into relaxation. Just allow yourself to go deeper into relaxation. There's nothing to resist, nothing to fight. You're going to experience how wonderful it feels to just allow your nervous system to just let go. Just allow your nervous system to just relax. So looking down those 10 steps, moving on to that 10th step as you go deeper, you can see your feet on that step. You are moving into an awareness of yourself. And as you take step 9, you can see your foot, feel your foot, hear your foot falling onto step 9, and that inspires you to go deeper. You're going much, much deeper. Every sound, every movement or shifting around, you're going deeper, deeper, taking step 8, going so deep, deep into relaxation. Taking step 7, see your foot, hear your foot, feel your foot falling onto step 7, and just imagine every nerve, every muscle just turning loose, just letting go. Taking step 6, going deeper and deeper still. You're taking step 5, and you can feel your foot making contact with every step. And as you do, you go deeper and deeper into relaxation. You're taking step 4, going deeper into relaxation. Just let it inspire you to go deeper. Just let it all go. You can see your foot, hear your foot, feel your foot treading onto step 3, and it makes you go deeper with every breath. Feel the beating of your heart with every heartbeat, and let it inspire you to go deeper. Taking step 2, going deeper and deeper still. Taking step 1 and just sleep deeply, a sleep of your nervous system. Just go deeper, drift deeper. And every time I click my fingers and say, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper, you're going deeper and deeper into a sleep of your nervous system. Go ahead and breathe into it and relax. That's absolutely perfect. And you will find that your eyelids feel like they are glued shut, locked tight. And you will find that every time you try to open them, it's impossible to open them. And every time you try and find it impossible to open your eyelids because you're just that relaxed, you will go deeper and deeper into relaxation. If they do open up a little bit, that's okay. That's just going to inspire you to go even deeper and to go ahead and close them back down. But each time you try, and if you find that you can't open them, you will go deeper, deeper, and deeper into hypnosis. And now you understand that hypnosis is not about being asleep, it's about being suggestible. So now we're just going to do a test to see how suggestible we are feeling in the moment, because you all have the ability to be highly suggestible, right? So go ahead and stretch your arms out in front of you with your elbows completely straight, completely unbent. Go ahead and stretch them out as far as you can. Just take a deep breath as if you're holding the handlebars of a bike. Just stretch your arms out just for a moment. And I want you to imagine that in your left hand is a bucket full of heavy, heavy, wet sand. Probably about 45 pounds of just wet sand. And I want you to feel the weight of that bucket just traveling through your fingers, your hand, your elbow, and your shoulder. Just feel the weight of that bucket. And as much as you try to resist and hold that bucket up in your left hand, you can feel that bucket just wanting to use gravity and pull your arm down. I want you to feel that weight pulling at your arm. And then I want you to also imagine that in your right hand is an enormous helium balloon, enough that it can carry the weight of your arm, so much so that it's almost as if you have your arm on a beach ball and you're trying to get it to go underwater. You cannot, for the life of you, lower that right arm. In fact, that right arm wants to go higher and higher as that helium balloon keeps wanting to raise up and up and up. So just keep imagining that bucket of wet sand that's taking your left hand down. And on the right hand, that helium balloon that's taking your arm higher and higher and higher. And over time, you will start to feel that one arm is way down and you can't pick it up, even if you try, and the other one is way up. And even if you try, you can't pull it down. Just allow yourself to just imagine that you are holding on to that balloon and holding on to that bucket and doing the best you can to try to level your arms back together. But the balloon is pulling your right arm up and the bucket is pulling your right arm down. And as soon as you feel that, just go ahead and drop your arms down and let them completely relax. Just drop them down and go deeper and go deeper. That's absolutely perfect. So whether or not you are able to imagine the bucket and the balloon, just take a moment to tell yourself, I am highly suggestible. I am open. I am here for being wildly wealthy and abundant in my life. And so now that we are in full relaxation, we are ready for suggestions. It is time to go back. It is time to turn inward towards your subconscious. The part of you that remembers everything, the part of you that knows exactly where all of your beliefs came from, because it created all of the beliefs that you have now. That subconscious part of you that created all of those beliefs, and for good reason, based on your experiences, based on what you learn. We're going back to that part of you, turning inward to that subconscious. And we want to ask that part of you to take you back. We want to ask that part of you to move through time back to a scene in your life that has everything to do with having a limiting relationship around money, everything to do with any blocks you may have around money, where you got that money doesn't grow on trees, or because I'm different, it's not available to me. Where you got that I'm not enough for unlimited abundance. We're going back to a scene, and your subconscious knows exactly where that started. And as I count from 5, I want you to see yourself becoming smaller, younger, the years, the months, the days, the weeks, just peeling away from your body, going back into your youth, back. And on the count of 4, a scene from your childhood is beginning to materialize in your mind. And on the count of 3, becoming more clear, more and more clear pictures. If you're watching it on television, a vivid, vital, crucial scene that has everything to do with where you got your beliefs around money. Now, remember, you are just reviewing it, not reliving it. It's just an observation and investigation. On the count of 2, coming clearer, you're beginning to see it as if the snow is clearing on a picture on a TV screen, and on the count of 1, the scene is warming up and it's completely clear. And as I snap my fingers, I want you to just be there in that full vivid memory, not to relive it, just to observe it for information. And I'm going to ask you some questions. I want you to answer them for yourself mentally. I want you to be thinking about what the answers are to this question, because you're doing the investigation in your mind. And wherever you are right now, tell yourself, is it daytime or is it nighttime? Are you inside or are you outside? Are you on your own or is someone there with you? How old are you? What are you doing? What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you hearing? What are you hearing? If something's being said, what do you hear? What are you experiencing? What did you just hear? What did you just see? What did you just experience? What do you know you're about to hear or see? And so your ears are open and you can hear something being said about money, something being said about abundance. You might hear something like, spiritual people shouldn't have money. Money is the root of all evil. Money doesn't grow on trees. We don't have enough. We have to work hard. Someone took all we had. Someone underpaid. Don't ever ask for anything. Anything like that you hear for yourself. Take a moment to get really clear about that scene and what you're hearing, what you're feeling. What was said? What did you experience? What about that scene has given you a limited or unworkable belief about money? And once you become clear, once you are as clear as you can be in this moment, I want you to take a deep breath as we go ahead and put that scene aside just for a moment. knowing that we will return to use it later. Right? So on a countdown of 5, at 5, we are leaving that last scene. We're just going to put that aside for a moment and moving either backwards or forwards through time to another scene about how you got a block about being successful, wealthy, or abundant. A scene where you first remember telling yourself that there would be limits to your success. Your subconscious mind knows exactly where to go, and the picture is becoming clearer and clearer and clearer. That picture, that moment, that scene where you know that your subconscious mind got a belief that your success would be limited, that maybe you weren't good enough for what it was you dreamed about, what you wanted for yourself. On the count of 4, just be there. On the count of 3, coming clearer into this new scene. Remember, you're just reviewing it, not reliving it. On the count of 2, coming so clear. And when I snap my fingers on 1, you are there. Just be there watching it, watching this scene with clarity about your own success and abundance. And so is it daytime or is it nighttime? Are you inside or are you outside? Are you on your own or is someone with you? Just be answering these questions for yourself as you are watching that scene. And how old are you? What are you doing? What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you experiencing? And what are you hearing? So as I snap my fingers, you can hear something being said about success. You may hear something said to you, someone in your family might have said to you, maybe told to you by a teacher or a babysitter, a family member, something that was told to you about struggle. Perhaps someone in your life who always struggled and made you believe that anything you want would be a struggle. Whatever is coming to your mind, whatever it is you experienced about what you know about your level of success, your ability to be successful, allow your mind to investigate and be so clear about that scene. I want you to see it, feel it, hear it. And once you've gotten clear, go ahead and allow yourself to put that scene aside, knowing that we're going to come back and we're going to use it later. And you're all doing fantastically. Just take a deep breath in. Stay with that relaxation. If any emotions, any feelings are coming up based on the scenes that you are going back to, those emotions and feelings are perfectly okay. They are exactly what they need to be. If you are feeling feelings of sadness, feelings of anxiety, feelings that you've not allowed yourself to express around these scenes, go ahead and allow yourself to express. Go ahead and allow yourself to feel what you want to feel what you felt, and let those feelings pass through you. If you have tissues next to you and you want to grab them, if there are any tears, just allow those tears. Like we call them in the woo community, they are libation and they need to be there. They're doing exactly what they're meant to do. You might feel some things around these scenes and it is perfect and it is perfectly fine. So give yourself love and grace. And we're going to go to one more scene before we complete this regression. We're leaving that last scene and moving either back or forward in time. Your subconscious knows exactly where to go, to a scene all about how you got a block about being self-loving, worthy, or valuable. A scene where you first remember being conscious of your own worth as a human being. When you first remember what was said to you, what was taught to you about your worth as a human being, your subconscious mind knows exactly where to go. And the picture is becoming clear. As I count down from 5, just allow that picture to begin to come into your vision. Count to 4. See the picture coming clear, remembering that you are not reliving it. You are only reviewing it. And it may make you feel some things, but you are safe right now. You are safe at home. You are not reliving it. You are only reviewing it. On the count of 3, the picture is coming clear and clear. On the count of 2, you can see all of it. You can remember all of it. And on the count of 1, you are just there watching it, there seeing all of it, not missing a detail. You can see it, just be there watching. Everything to do with what you believe about your own deserve level, your own worthiness. Is it daytime or is it nighttime? Are you inside? Are you outside? Are you on your own or is someone with you? How old are you in this scene? These are questions that I want you to be answering for yourself as you think about it. What are you doing? What are you seeing? What are you experiencing? What are you feeling and what are you hearing? Your ears are wide open. Your ears are wide open to everything that you can hear, something being said about your self-worth, something being done that is indicating something to you about your self-worth, your self-love, your level of deserve. You may hear something like, you can't have that. You're not good enough for that. You've been bad. You don't deserve that. Whatever you want, that's not for you. Perhaps you were left alone or mistreated or somehow forgotten or felt forgotten. Or maybe someone in your life with a low self-worth passed those feelings on to you through the harsh words that they said to themselves. Just remember, you're not reliving, just reviewing it. Where did it come from? My first experience with what my worthiness was. And just stay in that scene for a moment, stay watching that scene for a moment. Allow it to be an aha moment, an illuminating moment where you realize what beliefs you may have taken on in order to cope with the world as a child. So if as a child you're learning, I'm not worthy, what beliefs did you have to take on? Because I'm not worthy, I can't have. Because I'm not worthy, I can't do. Because I'm not worthy, I have to. Think about what those beliefs might have been. Finish those sentences for yourself and just get clear. There's nothing to judge. There's no make wrong. This is just an opportunity for your subconscious to be aware of what it believes, be aware of what's embedded in it and where it came from. Knowing that it doesn't have to be there anymore because you weren't born with it. Knowing that it's something that the world offered to you. Just allow yourself to be with your subconscious and let your subconscious let you feel what you want to feel about it, knowing that it doesn't have to be there anymore. That belief that you formed to protect yourself doesn't have to be there anymore. And so I want you to imagine that you have all those scenes, those 3 scenes, and just put them in a Polaroid or on a disk drive, for those of us who remember those, on a CD, as if you could have them as stacked in your hand. You could hold them in your hand, those 3 scenes, right? Hold them in your hand as a tool for your own benefit. You're seeing about money, you're seeing about success, you're seeing about self-love, just all in your left hand. You're just holding it there. And then in your right hand, I want you to imagine everything that you're dealing with around money right now. Everything that you feel you're up against, everything you feel needs to be done, every problem you feel like you might need to solve, just everything that you, all the symptoms that you mentioned, imagine that those are in your right hand. I'm going to give you a few moments to think about how the snapshots in your left hand are informing your mindset today in your right hand. And I want you to let yourself get really clear about that. How is what happened in my left hand telling me what to do now in my right hand? I want you to communicate with your subconscious because your subconscious knows the answer. Think about any challenges you may be up against, any disempowering beliefs you may still be holding on to. Just give your subconscious a moment to consider how the past is affecting you today. Go ahead and let yourself make the connection between the past thinking and how you are navigating money today. Make the connection between what your family taught you, your past experiences, and what you're experiencing today. Allow yourself to make that connection, see that connection, feel that connection. And then allow yourself to know that you can interrupt. We're going to interrupt that old paradigm so that we can begin to practice new thought patterns and develop new behaviors and beliefs around money that will align us with what we desire. And so we're going back to those old scenes, and I want you to repeat after me out loud. Whatever age you were in that first scene where you pinpointed where some of your money blocks came from, I want you to repeat after me out loud. Make sure you can hear yourself loudly. You're all on mute and you should be able to hopefully speak as loud as you want to. And think about that first money scene. That is not me because, and I want you to finish that sentence for yourself. And looking at that money scene, that is also not me because, and maybe because now I'm all grown up, now I'm an adult, now I'm safe, now I don't have anybody telling me what to do. Now I don't have to follow what somebody else tells me I have to do. I don't have anybody else controlling me. It can never be me again because I am no longer under the power of someone else, because I get to make choices, whatever comes up for you, that empowers you, that reminds you, that lets you know that you are not your past, you are not the past. And for the rest of my abundant life, it will never be me because, so repeat that out loud. For the rest of my abundant life, it will never be me because. All right, for success, we're going to do it again. That is not me because whatever scene you came up with for success and the story, the scene that you saw, that is no longer me because. And what are your reasons? I don't even live in the same place anymore. I'm an adult. I choose what I want to do. It's also not me because. Come up with whatever reason makes sense to you for why you are not still under the influence of what was taught to you and why you don't have to be under that influence anymore. And that's not me for the rest of my long, abundant life because. And whatever you come up with, for why is that no longer me for the rest of my long, abundant life? Because I don't need my subconscious to protect me anymore. I know that I can be unlimited, unlimited in abundance, in wealth, in love, in success, in contribution. And one more round, self-love, self-worth, whatever scene you came up with, I want you to see that scene. That is not me because. I no longer have to be the consequence of someone else's bad choices. I no longer have to suffer from someone else's abusiveness. I don't have to do it. That's no longer me. I'm not a little kid anymore that someone else has control over my life. And that will never be me again for the rest of my long, joyful life because. Whatever your reasons are for why it can no longer be you and it never will be you again. And that will never be me ever again for the rest of my long and abundant life. And so you are letting go, erasing, eradicating, releasing, and eliminating any old beliefs, old stories, old paradigms that limit your ability to create abundance. And as you go deeper, you know that understanding is power. And understanding in this hypnotic state is the most liberating, freeing, most extraordinary power because you get to implant new subconscious beliefs. And so repeat after me, I am enough. I matter. I am worthy. I am deeply significant. I have gifts I can monetize. I was given gifts to share and live in abundance. I am ready for abundance. I am worthy of abundance. I deserve abundance. I want you to give yourself a moment, just a moment to think about what you will do with all of your wealth, how your world and other people's world will change if your finances are unlimited. And if you begin to believe that you live in an abundant world, what is all available to you? Give yourself a moment to feel that, to imagine it, to get it into your soul, your nervous system, your energy. Think about the goals that you may create that will align with who you actually are. What if your goal was just to be able to tithe $10,000 a month? What if you could invest in the success of other women just like you? What if you could believe in your own unstoppability, your own ability to be unlimited? Just allow yourself to feel that, to be in that belief, and pause for a breath. Allow yourself to just create all the possibilities. Let all the possibilities run through you and run around in your mind and see them and create them, and allow your nervous system's energy to match with the thoughts of the possibilities. And now that we've investigated the old stories and interrupted the old paradigms, we can install new healing thoughts, because now you are drifting to a healing level. And as you drift to a healing level, your subconscious mind is ready for healing. Your subconscious mind is very susceptible. And when you're in this awareness, I need to tell you something, that you are ready for abundance. You are deserving, you are enough, and you are as capable as the richest among us to generate the financial life that you desire. You came onto this planet certain that you were coded for abundance, and we all come onto this planet knowing that we are deserving of unlimited love and care, because we absolutely are. And whoever we came through may not have known how we were hardwired for abundance and love and joy, but the universe created us for a reason. And we got here how we got here, and how we are supported by a consciousness that wants us to have joy, abundance, and ease. The universe that put you here will support you enough, and is supporting you now. And it wants you to know that you are valuable, you are worthy, you are deserving, and that you can begin to create a new experience based on a new paradigm of beliefs. Your belief in your own abundance and what can flow into your life is directly related to your belief in your own worthiness. And you now know without a doubt that you are valuable, you are worthy, you are deserving of ease, financial freedom, and a struggle-free life. And every time you play this recording, and you play it a lot, it just resonates with you how abundant you truly are. You accept yourself as an abundant money magnet. You believe in yourself as a vessel overflowing onto others. You see yourself as a steward and a safe place for money and abundance. You trust that the universe and God, however you define him or her, sees you as a safe vessel for the flow of money. Unafraid to give, and more importantly, bravely receiving and knowing that you are entitled to it. You are confident that money is a tool, and it's not money that is evil. It is a representation of the character of the person who wields it. And so you are no longer afraid to manage it, wield it, ask for it, allow it into your life with ease, allow it into your life as appreciation for your full creative self-expression, and sustain a natural flow of giving and receiving, knowing that what you put out will return to you threefold. You now know that you are worth every penny spent to enhance your life, enhance your joy, and align with your purpose. You know that money does grow on trees. It is unlimited abundance in your life, because you now know how to allow it. With every moment, your faith in your own worthiness to be a steward of money is growing. With every moment, your subconscious is forgetting and letting go of any old coding, any old beliefs, and replacing it with your belief in abundance. You are releasing any generational curses, any unworkable thinking that was not even yours to begin with. Every moment, you are giving yourself permission to redefine yourself as an abundant, financially free master of money. You are redefining yourself as someone with multiple sources of income, which affirm what you want to do and align with your purpose. You are finding it easier and easier to receive every day, and you do receive every day. And you can acknowledge all that is flowing into your life because you have replaced any thoughts of lack with thoughts of gratitude, with acknowledgement of how you are supported and you are overflowing. And something really wonderful is happening to you because the more that you know that you are lovable, valuable, and deserving of abundance, the more everyone around you is beginning to appreciate and recognize it as well. Your life is the very picture of financial freedom. You and your family travel and experience new cultures constantly while living and exploring wherever you want to go, however you want to get there, on a plane, a boat, an RV across the country. Your life is glorious, full of joy, love, money, and time. Your retreat that you want to build is coming to fruition. You can see it. You can see it brick by brick coming to fruition, existing in reality. All the things that you want to build, that you want to manifest, you can see them coming into reality every day. People are excitedly awaiting to be connected with you, your business, your services, your products, your gifts, your talents, your self-expression are all being rewarded and attracting a return of financial abundance beyond your wildest dreams. Your businesses continue to grow and consistently excel beyond the financial projections. People are extremely excited and desire to pay you in full. Your clients are blessed by being repeat customers, and they are sharing the life-changing transformation that you give them with others who also become clients and customers and people who want to give you money. Money is always flowing into all of your accounts, and you keep multiple accounts because you are an organized, masterful steward of money in abundance. You have so many passive income streams that you are the very picture of living abundantly. You are able to give finances freely and you never miss it because you know that your tithe will attract your increase. There are enormous amounts of money continually coming into your accounts on a daily basis, making homage to your alignment with self-worth and your knowing that you are worthy. You are a money magnet and are welcoming income from so many sources. Money comes with ease and joy. You are free from worry, free from doubt or fear because you have made money organization and masterful budgeting a way of life, and you love to do it. You know how to create consistently. So you only associate positive things with money. More money, more freedom, more contribution, more certainty, more safety, more of being able to live joyfully aligned with your purpose without struggle. Money accumulates in your account and you are perfectly comfortable with it because you know you have set the right amount of flow between giving and receiving. You know that you want to leave a legacy for your children or others that love you. You know that you devote and give back what is God's money. And so your abundance can't help but multiply. Multiple sources of money come to you and are deposited into every area of your life. All of your debt is paid. Your children benefit from your money mindset and your habits. You are passing down a legacy, not a burden. You are a property owner, a real estate mogul. You are free to wake up when you want to and create and be fully self-expressed. You are creating and designing your life every day with a mindset of abundance. Financial windfalls are a consistent and bountiful aspect of your life. Money flows into your life all of the time, and it doesn't control you because you have healed the emotions surrounding it. You are responsible with money as well as generous, so it overflows into your life, and you always have more than enough. You create opportunities and do work that makes you more money than you can ever spend, work that doesn't feel like work because you love it so much and it brings you so much abundance. You've developed such loving relationships with all the people around you because the truth is love is as available to you as financial abundance. Love has always been around you. And sometimes it may not have felt that way, but from this moment on, you know that you are surrounded by love and abundance. You know that you are not a helpless child depending on someone else's love to survive. You are a grown-up person able to choose and generate love. You are surrounded by love and you choose love. You know how to fill yourself up and overflow onto others, and your money is a metaphor for how you do that every day. You choose to be loving, you choose to know that you are lovable, and you choose to give love and to receive it back. And the more love you give, the more you receive back, the more you get back, the more you have to give. And you no longer have to look for love, look for validation. You inspire it by offering it freely. You have filled yourself up to overflowing in faith that love is cyclical, and you don't have to look for it, work for it, or even ask for it. Just be it and appreciate it. Acknowledge it when you're receiving it. You are absolutely lovable and abundant, and you feel and experience that joy of recognizing that you are a valuable person living around other valuable people, and love is available to you, and you are completely open now to giving and receiving love from this moment on and for the rest of your life. You are developing a powerful belief in just how lovable and abundant you are. You accept yourself as lovable because you are, and you tell yourself that every day when you're listening to this recording. At home, you say these words out loud, and you can say them out loud right now. I accept myself as a lovable and abundant person. I easily express love and affection and approval. I eagerly accept and appreciate the love and financial freedom that surrounds me now. I am filled and nourished by the love that surrounds me. I fill and nourish other people with my love. I deserve love and abundance because I am loving and abundant. I give love and I receive it because I am loving and lovable. I am unique. I have special, valuable qualities. And there is no one in this world quite like me. I give myself grace. I give myself grace. I give myself grace. And most especially, the universe is supporting you in knowing and recognizing your own value and lovability. And so you'll say these words over and over again. Very soon, these words will stay with you. They are embedded in you. They have a powerful, healing, all-pervasive impact on you. And even without this recording, you will hear these words and you will remember that you are lovable and abundant. Take a deep breath. So just let yourself go deeper. And as you go deeper, you are lovable and abundant. You are not your past. You are not your childhood. You are not your current or your future bank account. You are not the numbers in the bank account. And you are not all of the tasks that you are able to complete, or how organized your house is, or how perfectly you take care of your family. You are a person who is filled up with love and abundance that is overflowing, able to recognize, appreciate, and acknowledge all that is multiplying in your world. You are able to focus on all that is enhancing your world, knowing that what we give our love and focus to will multiply. And what we appreciate will appreciate. And what we acknowledge with positive affirmation will grow exponentially. And so as you say these words out loud, love is available to me because I generate it abundantly. Money is available to me because I generate it abundantly. Success is available to me because I generate it abundantly. And as you let that in, it is changing your life in the most incredible way. You don't need to chase love or money. You don't need to pursue it or work at it or compromise your values to earn it or plead for it. You don't even need to feel its absence. Love, money, and success are all around you, and you are letting it in, and it's having a wonderful effect on you. And when you are alone, you seize the opportunity to fill yourself up with words of appreciation. You make lists of everything you are grateful for about yourself and everything you are grateful for about your family. You acknowledge your abundance every day and raise your vibration to the level of joy you know you want to feel, so that your finances, your abundance can meet it. And I want you to play this recording a lot. I want you to play this recording every day for at least 21 days, and then even longer if you wish. And after 21 days of constant, continuous repetition, you can then play it whenever you feel like it, whenever you want to be reminded. Remember, your mind does what it thinks you want to do, what you tell it to do. You want to know, to recognize, to feel and believe with every part of your being that you are financial freedom and abundance. And your mind gets that. It understands that every time you play this recording, your inner mind, the most driving part of you, is motivating you, conditioning you, compelling you, and programming you to know you are financial freedom and abundance. And these words are having such a powerful effect on you. They are overruling any negative words, any old paradigms. You're replacing any negative thoughts, words, beliefs with new, powerful, constructive ones. And as you understand that you have so much power to create your financial experience, you continue to say these words, remembering everything you need to remember, forgetting everything you need to forget, and responding wonderfully with these direct suggestions. You're changing everything, changing your very belief system, and it's changing your biology, changing your experience. It is a permanent, powerful, all-pervasive, wonderful, liberating feeling and a freeing part of who you are. So on the count of 1, feeling so proud of yourself for doing this, feeling wonderful, vibrating on a level like you never imagined. On the count of 2, feeling the energy of knowing that you are unlimited love and abundance. On the count of 3, just knowing how abundant and financially free you now are. On the count of 2, just becoming so clear about your choice to be who you want to be and generate what you want to generate. On the count of 1, if you're listening to this recording at bedtime, you will just drift off into the most healing, wonderful, re-energizing sleep, and you will dream the most healing, abundant dreams. And you'll go to bed every night and wake up every morning remembering and reminding yourself and knowing the truth that you are free to be the valuable, overflowing vessel that you are. You always have been, you always will be. And if you're at bedtime, you can sleep on that wonderful truth right now. If you're getting up in the morning, you will have the most energizing, high vibrational day. Ashe. Now you can gently open your eyes, bring yourself out of hypnosis, allow your nervous system to come back on the count of 1. Be fully awake, aware, and be with me now. And everyone, just allow yourself to slowly come back, slowly, comfortably come back. Some might have fallen asleep. Sometimes people fall asleep. I see Denise says, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Yes, Star. Absolutely. Gently, gently allow yourself to come back. Take a sip of water. Come out of relaxation. Does anybody have something that they want to come right on and share? Does anybody want to come on audio, have something to say about their experience, what they're feeling, where they are with it? Oh, thank you, Coach Shawnee. Terry Ruffin, beautiful. Thank you so much, Sister Terry. Anybody want to come on and share what they're feeling, what their experience is? You might feel a little daisy, hazy. Sometimes people like to take a nap after that experience. If you didn't already go into a nap or go into sleep, if you did, that's okay, because they're still suggestible, even if you fell into a light sleep.
So I'm going to call on Angela and Imani, if you guys can come on camera or to at least unmute and share what your experience was. Thank you.
Yes, this is Angela. Oh.
Hey, love. Did we lose? I can't hear it.
kind of still in it. Heard you, sis, but is there anything you want to share?
Actually, I asked you to start camera, but you don't have to. Don't panic.
Okay, no, it's thank you. My internet's not good where I am. But as long as you can hear me, that's great. So, that was so amazing.
Oh, good.
So amazing. I've never participated in hypnosis before, so this experience was just like, wow. And so what really started off me, I was like, no, this is.
Oh, you're breaking up, Angela. It's hard to hear you. Did anybody else lose her?
Yeah, her mic is on, but we can't hear her. So while she's reconnecting or whatever she needs to do, if we can hear from Imani. Imani, would you unmute? Okay. Okay, folks are still out in the ethers today.
Yeah.
Candice.
Right.
Jacqueline Davis, if you will. Jacqueline, can you unmute?
Sure. Hi. Good. Hi. I think I fell asleep a couple of times in there, but
yeah, that's okay.
I remember just about everything that was said. And yeah, it was a nice feeling to disconnect from those old beliefs.
Yeah. Ashe. Did you find yourself actually able to visualize that disconnection? Like see yourself separating yourself?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was like a connection between my left and right hand because I had them in my left hand.
Yeah.
I remember, things from childhood and I remember the things that I do to make sure that those things don't get repeated in my generation.
Yeah.
So,
breaking cycles, honey, breaking cycles.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Sister Jacqueline.
This is Sahu speaking. Can I speak?
Of course.
And let me jump in and say that we have two hands up. Well, first was Kia, and then there's Teresa. And I also see a comment in the chat from Wendy, which I'd like to hear from. And Angela has shared her comment in the chat.
Okay. Okay.
So go ahead, Sahu, speak, and then we can go with Zakia.
Okay, great. Yes, thank you so much. Yep. So, I was in here shouting, screaming, and yelling like full voice. Everything you were saying, you're talking so fast. I was like, oh my goodness. But just full voice, total expression, not holding back. Because I had just finished my libation and I was just thanking the energy of Het Heru that deals with the visionary aspect of all things in alignment with the creator. And then to move right into this was like, Het Heru, you too much. Like just the energy of the creative, the energy of the creative, double times to be seated again with the same energy of the creative and all that I am and the abundant nature. And all of that was like so on point. So on point. Just double, like I got a tenfold, triple time dose of the creative expression and all that I am. With the financial, the success, it was just on time and just wonderful to be guided by someone I trust in my life, So it was just wonderful. I don't even know the hypnosis. I don't know, but I was listening and just understood and full acceptance, because I know your full acceptance of my spirit being guided. So thank you for that. It was so on point for me. And I am one just chanting over my head is what came after.
Yeah.
I am one with the success, the finances, all the abundance, and all that I am and what we are, and giving it to the world. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gosh,
Totally received.
thank you for that, Coach Speed.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Synchronicity.
Synchronicity, yes. Thank you.
Okay. All right, who do we have next, Kinyofu? I think you said Zakia and Teresa.
Zakia and Teresa.
Okay.
And it is 8:57. I just looked at the clock and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So y'all, we have to just be mindful of the time so that we can get complete. I don't want to keep y'all all day. Well, I do want to keep you all day, but that's not what we're committed to today. So go ahead, Sister Zakia. Oh, your volume's kind of low.
Oh, I forgot. Let me turn it up. Hold on.
There you
go. Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yes, I'm excited. And overwhelmingly grateful. I'm trying to keep this quick because, as you said, we're way over time. But I'm just my prayer, my being is to be so successful that I'm and always teaching others, and I'm the best example of what I'm teaching. And as a result, everyone I touch grows, and we all grow. That's what I live for. And I feel like I can actually be that now. I've wanted it, but I have not felt I could be it.
You are
I
that.
feel I can be it.
Yeah, you are that. You are that. Ashe. Thank you for that share, sister. Go ahead, Sister Teresa.
I was just thinking about you last night before I went to bed, and I said, I need to call her because I need some help.
Yeah.
And here you are. You was on here this morning, so I was just thanking the universe, first of all, just for having you on here. Didn't realize you was going to be on until when I saw it last night, but I just feel like really full right now, like really feel like my body feels like whatever you said just went inside my body, so I feel very full right now, like I'm stuffed with it, not just like it's overflowing in my body. And I was just touched by what everyone said, and I just thank you just for coming on and just showing up like you did, and I appreciate you, and I'm complete.
I appreciate you as well, Sister Teresa. Thank you for sharing it after I posted last night. I appreciate that. Yeah. All right. Who else did we say that we had, Kinyofu, before we complete?
Well, I saw Wendy had made a comment, so I'll ask her to share in detail if she could.
Okay. Also, Niamo asked if she could share. So let's have those two shares and let's begin to wrap up because we are already at 9 a.m. And yeah, I know everybody's starting to just come back into their bodies. So now everybody's ready to share.
Right. Everybody's rearing up now, right?
Oh, okay. So for me, I realized that there are so many, as I said in the chat, low energy inputs into my life, going back from the womb, because when you asked to identify particular areas, it was like a movie. I was just seeing so many instances of negative input in terms of money and how I deal with finances. It came from my mother. She worked hard and she provided, she provided, but it was always like hard work. Right? And she was multi-talented, so she was doing all kinds of different things. And yet she was able to save, but she did not pass on positive money skills. We never had allowance. So to me, your money skills begin when you have an allowance as a child, where you learn how to manage. She provided everything, but it was never gave me the opportunity to manage my own money or allowance. So I had terrible money skills. And in terms of self-worth, always a feeling of not being good enough, because that's what was, told from her own insecurities, not being good enough, will never be able to accomplish much. So it influenced the choices I made career-wise, because I wanted to be a dietitian, but I ended up being a home economics teacher. Not that anything was wrong with that, but it was the lower end of the whole health and wellness spectrum. Home ec was kind of like this stepchild subject in school. But I know I had that. She told me, and I can't afford to send you away to study. So I did the best that I could do. So there was always this feeling that I was not good enough, settled for the lower end of the totem pole in everything, in career choices, in the relationships. I never felt I was good enough to date guys of worth. So I settled for whoever paid me attention. Yeah. And, it's just like, it was so much a feeling. Rejection came from my stepfather, and his family, and because I was an out of wedlock child that he married into, so my whole life was like a series of negative, but I survived to this point where I recognize it, and I started the journey to self-healing a long time ago. And recently I've been going back to doing the healing that traumatic child. And it seems as though opportunities keep showing up for me to do that. And even Coach Shawnee posted something that I responded to. And then somebody, it kept popping up within this week alone. Yeah. Opportunities to heal. So I know that I'm on the right track, going back to heal that child, fall in love with her, nurture her, so that I can do what I need to do and move on and get out of the stuck place of negativity and low energy.
And also, and if I can add, Sister Wendy, appreciate that she gave you beliefs to protect you, knowing that those beliefs don't work anymore. And it's
right.
Right? Because that little girl, she was doing what she knew to do. Right? And now you know better.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm in the process of making friends with her and showing her where she has come and how much she has accomplished.
Yes.
So that's the relationship. That's the relationship I'm building right now with me, little Wendy.
Ashe. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And so we said Niamo, and was there someone else? Kinyofu?
Anybody else?
Okay.
Hi, Niamo.
Greetings. Good morning. I'm so ecstatic and have a glory be to God, because I came on at 10 after 8. I mean, I just finished talking to someone about how they can put the money that they owe me in my account. And they said, like, I may have to have a paymaster because it's a whole lot of money and all of this stuff. It was a deep receiving money conversation that I had been in. And I looked at my phone and Woo came up and I said, oh, let me see what they're saying today. They're still on after 10 after 8. I said, okay. And the minute I came on, it was all about, that whatever part of it you were in, it was like, it was holding up this bag of sand, which was perfect, because that's how the relationship with this person was, like a big bucket of sand that was so heavy. And then my faith and my belief in God was that helium holding that up. And it was just a perfect, testimony to just staying aligned with what it is that God has given you. You use the word certainty. You use the words that I often have in my head about how to know that I'm being taken care of abundantly. And so what a confirmation this was to come after that call I was just on. It was just profound and powerful. And I praise God. I thank you for being in the world. I'm just so grateful to be here. in this moment, to have listened in this moment. It was a perfect timing for me. Perfect.
Ashe, thank you so much, Niama. Now my invitation is, if you get a chance, is to go back from the beginning where I did the induction so that you can be in the full relaxed state as well. And
Will
listen.
do.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm glad you joined us.
Me too.
I believe in those synchronicities, like what Coach Sahuspi was saying. Like when we're in a conversation that is a global conversation, and what we need finds us, right? Yeah, Ashe. Thank you so much, Woo family. I love you as always. Just full.
Candice, you can set up your special offer. I realize I get that as a request from the community, so go ahead and request a community.
Yes, so I want somebody to win the downloadable audio recording, the healing part of this audio recording, so that you can listen to it for the 21 days, have it convenient, maybe on your phone or wherever, right before you go to bed, you can turn it on. 21 days, they say it takes to develop a new habit, reconnect the brain synapses, 21 days of listening consistently. And so I want someone here to win it. And here's the way you can win it right now if you're in the Zoom space. That chant that we did earlier, the one that I got off of YouTube, if you did take your screenshot of it, however you captured it for yourself, hopefully you captured it. The first person who comes on audio and can do the whole chant, raise your hand quick, because if you can come on audio and say the whole chant, you will win the downloadable recording for free.
Wait, I'm taking this. Hold on. Ching, ching, ching. Hold on, because I'm trying to figure out how am I gonna do this.
Wait, Martine, if you don't have it now, you got to get off.
Right, you got
have it now.
Right now.
Come on, somebody beat me then.
Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. And every time it chings, money comes to me. It all flows in so abundantly from the top, left, right, and up under me. Wave, wave, wave from a money wave. Money flow, money flows, money made. Flowing in and out with plenty saved. Debt, 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 oh, debt is paid.
Sweetness, you have to share that with me, okay?
Surely.
All right, Sweetness. So you will get the free downloadable. All I need to get from you is your email, because I got to set it up and it will be available later on today. You'll get the free downloadable recording. And for everybody else, you get a special 50% off Woo price if you want to buy the downloadable recording. And I will have that link available later today. I got to edit it and set it up for y'all. And I'll make sure you get that link, but you got to type your email in the chat if you do want to get the 50% off promo, because that's not set up yet. It'll be available later. Type your email in the chat and I'll make sure that you are on the email list to receive the link to get the downloadable recording. And I had it that it's not going to be available until September 5th, but that's actually the Orgasmic recording, and I might put them together at some point. But for right now, the only one that will be available is this wealth recording, and it's today. By the end of today, it will be available. Yeah. So congratulations, Sweetness. Make sure you put your email so I can send you that recording later today. Right, so everybody, here's my contact information. I probably should go ahead and blow the screen up. If you want to call me and talk about the possibility of doing a consultation and intake in order to have hypnosis for yourself, to do one-on-one hypnosis, it's usually 3 sessions within a 63-day period with listening to the recordings in between for 21 days. On Facebook, I'm Candice Harper Love Coach. If you want to follow me on Instagram at Candy Love Coach, I just started posting again. Email me, Candice@CandiceHarperLoveCoach.com. If there's any hypnosis materials that you want, if you want the link to do a complimentary consultation, anything like that, you can email me. And you can go to my website, theepichealingcircle.com or CandiceHarperLoveCoach.com. It goes to the same website. So feel free to get in touch, keep in touch. I definitely would love to have you on my newsletter, all that good stuff. Love offerings and donations, y'all. We just healed all our money stuff. So if you feel you got value out of this, just show me with your appreciation. I am here to share and pay forward, share with admin, share with myself, share with Spirit of a Woman, So, think about the value that you feel like you got and show your appreciation in that way. Increase your own flow, because it's all about that cycle of abundance that we want to keep creating, knowing that we're coming from a place of worthiness and that it's all unlimited. It is unlimited. It just is going to keep coming. And if you think about it, it has always kept coming, even if it's been in smaller increments than you wanted, right? Now we just know that it's going to come in all the increments that could be imagined and even beyond. And code is #401CH. And Sonia's in Haru Negron is going to be August 30th doing Disentangle Style from Fashion. Girl, you know I'm going to be there. Absolutely. Disentangle Style from Fashion. Absolutely. And then on Tuesday, August 31st, Yancy Monsanto, Overwhelmed and Overcommitted, How to Find the Space for You in a Chaotic Environment. I love that one too. Child, we got power women all week. I'm excited to be part of this week's enclave. So definitely join us for both of those tomorrow and Tuesday, or Monday and Tuesday. Monday is tomorrow. The Woo Nation welcomes all new members. So y'all know you can tell your friends, bring your friends and your family into the Woo Nation. Just the more the merrier. We know as this community builds, we become more and more powerful, more and more amazing. So join us, have all your Facebook friends come to the group, all that good stuff to get this good loving, this transformation, this community that we have formed.
And if you're new, drop it in the chat so we'll know. Drop it in the comments in Facebook so that you can get welcomed officially.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. All right, is this where you're taking over?
I sure can.
Okay.
So today is Sunday, we're beginning the week. We're here, and Sunday is this long day. The long days are also Tuesday and Thursday. So 7 to 8:30, join us again for the long day on Tuesday. On the next one is Tuesday. But tomorrow is Monday, and that's our short day, along with Wednesday from 7 to 7:30. And that has us be here 5 days a week on Zoom and live on Facebook. You can get your text alerts to remind you to join us. So if you open it up right now, you can set it up, open up your text and type in 74121 in the to section and type in Woo Nation in the subject section and press enter. And you'll be in our automated text alert system. We have Woo Swag, and you can get your Woo Swag at bit.ly/Woo Swag. Choices, masks, sweatshirts, t-shirts, mugs, and thermoses. So see what has your name on it in addition to Woo name. Thank you for joining us. Keep coming back. Register every week at bit.ly/Wake Up Movement to get your email. Join us on Facebook. If you're unable to get into the Zoom space, you would need to register for our private group, bit.ly/Woo Community. And you can see us on some things of us on Instagram and YouTube. We are building that out. And you also can communicate with us by checking out our email or typing in something that is important to you that you would like to share with us, info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. So we are complete with the session, and I ask everybody to unmute so that
Wait, hold on 1 second. Can you, if I just want to make sure before we go, will we be able to print out the chat? Because I do want to be able to, okay, all right.
All right, so asking everyone to unmute themselves and give Candice the love shower. Thank you, Candice.
Thank you, Candice.
Thank you, Coach
I
Candice.
appreciate you today. You are
Wonderful.
just what I needed right on time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for shining your light so brightly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am abundant.
Candy.
I am wealthy.
Thank you
I
so much.
I love
have
and appreciate you.
Ooh, yeah.
Thank you,
Love.
Candice.
We love Candy.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I love candy.
From the depths, I am
We
abundant.
love
I am
candy.
loving this
Oh, look at the
message
beautiful baby,
and
Veronica.
teaching others freedom
Grandbaby.
Fervent of all this
and
love,
healing
songs and
and
everything.
love
Love you.
and joy and
Thank
peace.
you. Thank you for
Yes,
sharing your gifts and shining
yes.
your light.
And we're giving so much, it's going to be overflowing today like never before. Giving so much, so much. Let that energy flow, y'all. Flow that money in. Come on, let's do it.
All right, Sister
Flow
Teresa.
it in. Yes. I was gonna give a little pop like, no, give more than what you're gonna give.
Yes.
I just said I'm cashing it out. I just did it.
Yes.
Do it. I told them thing. I said, nope, cash app it, baby. Do that.